Welcome to our first English CSEC syllabus course, and today's class was our introductory class where we had certain objectives that we wanted to achieve. The first was to introduce you to the CSEC syllabus for you to understand the course outline, as well as understand the scope and the skills that you'll be learning in your journey on this course, as well as the steps in which we'll be learning each module. As you know, we follow the writing process, and each class is a writer's workshop where you'll be expected to plan, draft, edit, review your compositions until you are satisfied to publish. Some things that we had to touch on before we dive into our whole CSEC syllabus is exactly what is English A as a subject. Now, English as a subject, as you know, is teaching communication in different phases. The first phase of our communication obviously dealt with letter shapes and sounds. That was what we called phonics when we were in our rudimentary years. Then we went on to grammar, where we learn about sentence structure, we learn about vocabulary, we learn about mechanics. This we called language arts. Then we moved on to our composition, where we learned about using sentences to create paragraphs, to create essays. We learn about format, we learn about content, we learn about structure. Then, in our reading of different compositions, we developed our comprehension skills, where we did critical thinking, where we expanded our understanding and our expression. All of these different phases should be completed, and our English CSEC syllabus is where we perfect these skills. We learn writing for specific purposes using specific genres that will be tested in the examination, as well as those skills in critical thinking, understanding of audiovisual, written, spoken, and other forms of communication. Here, I had to put in my very famous quote: practice is important to perfect your writing. And one of the best tips that I can give for becoming proficient in English is becoming proficient at note-taking. Why? Because in every different area we can read lots of books, but the reality is we also have textbooks that we read each day. So when we read our notes, we are reading, and when we write notes, we are writing. And as we engage purposefully with our work, we are critically thinking. So all of these skills are developed, as well as your vocabulary in a specific discipline. You learn the jargon, you learn the expression, you become proficient at so many different disciplines, all while you constructively use your time to organize and sequence your notes. This is what we covered in this class. Thank you for joining me. Next week, we're going to look at time management and how you can create your own study timetable, and how this study timetable can incorporate practice and note-taking sessions without a hassle. Thank you so much for joining me in this first class, and I hope to see you